Nearly's prelim dot point.
Hi YouTube, I've just been asked by a few subscribers to go over dot point, plan and perform an investigation to identify and describe the effect of salt on the boiling point of water. Now the aim of this experiment is to determine whether different salt concentrations affect the boiling point of water. Should we go test it out? So you ask, how do you do this experiment? Firstly, pour your mixture into your saucepan of water and put on a high heat and wait for boil. Increase your salt concentration and again repeat until boiled. The control variable is the instrument used to measure the boiling point and the amount of salt in each trial. The independent variable is the varying concentrations of salt in the water. The dependent variable is the boiling point in varying amounts of salt in the mixture. The positive component, also known as the hydrogen, of the H2O is attracted to the negative charge of the chlorine. This drives the water molecule to the chlorine and pulls the chlorine out of its solid. This same attraction occurs between the negative part of the water molecule, also known as the oxygen, and the sodium, due to the strong attraction between ions. The ions of sodium and chloride will be pulled from the solid NaCl, also known as salt, therefore pulling the separate particles out of their combined solid and in amongst the H2O particles floating in the liquid, eventually dissolving. Intermolecular forces are the electrostatic interactions between molecules. As the water boils through the increase in heat energy, the molecules move further from each other, breaking the intermolecular bonds between molecules. These bonds are not very strong and require much less energy than the intramolecular bonds. The attraction between the sodium and oxygen and the hydrogen and chlorine is stronger than the hydrogen bonds between the water molecules, increasing the boiling point. The hydrogen is attracted to the chlorine because of their opposite charges. This is the same case for the sodium and oxygen. The breaking of the intermolecular bonds requires more heat energy. The water molecules then attempt to move away from their attraction to the salt, turning into free-flowing particles at the top of the mixture on the verge of evaporation. As the salt concentration is increased, there is a stronger pull and therefore even more energy is required to reach boiling point. Adding salt to water to increase the boiling point is largely used in the hospitality industry, such as restaurants of all sizes and everyday cooking in family home kitchens. My judgment would be that adding salt to water to increase the boiling point is more of a benefit rather than a complication, and therefore is a simple, effective way to increase production in the hospitality industry.